Well, grace and peace, everyone. My name is Dag, and welcome to the Uninvited Voice podcast. Anyway, what we're going to talk about is Candace Owens getting caught in the contrarian trap. Earlier today, I saw a post in which she was acknowledging the simping of another poster on X. His name is Ryan Mata. And Ryan says this.
It doesn't matter if they bankrupt Candace Owens and take everything from her. The entire world is watching, and we're all willing to do anything for Candace. If they take her empire, we will help her rebuild a new one overnight.
That's exactly what I said. Now, the thing about it is that she responded by saying,
Thank you. This period of life has been so heavy, but we cannot live in a world that protects evil and attacks goodness. We just cannot go on like this as a nation.
let me tell you something. I had to respond to that because Candace doesn't realize her own nature. Candace goes around befriending and then betraying. And then once she betrays, she monetizes the betrayal. So I responded by saying this to her. I said, Candace, people aren't attacking you without reason. Your entire public persona thrives on contrarianism. Your world, your platform, your visibility, your rewards is built on constant disagreement. And the irony is this: you have become no different from the Black women you once condemned in order to make yourself visible to the very audience you're criticizing now. The cycle hasn't changed, only the target. Now, when we talk about a contrarian trap, a lot of people don't know what that is. And with Candace, Candace is very articulate. She's intelligent, but she has led everyone to believe that she is more intelligent than what she really is. And as a result, the only way she can continue to thrive in that space that she's commandeered is to drum up conspiracy theories and be a contrarian. And she started out being a contrarian to her white friends down in Connecticut. We all remember she was dating some young boy over there in Stamford. They had a falling out, and then the friends resorted to calling her house and harassing her, racially harassing her, probably because they knew they could get under her skin like that. Because at the time, she was one of those power to the people types or whatever. And the young boy happened to be the son of a public official there. Well, she sought the help of the NAACP, and they secured, I think it was $32,000 in damages because the school system failed to protect her. She later turned around and betrayed the NAACP after all of that and said that they used her. They used her story, they used her image in order to make her a scapegoat and in order to highlight racism. So she took the money and then she turned on them. And then for a while, she was, this is right before she ended up becoming this conservative. And the reason why she became a conservative was because she wanted to dox people. And the people she was doxing ended up, her group then ended up turning on her. She was a very left wing liberal type of person. So she stuck with that for a little while. And then she became a conservative. And who did she attack? Well, it's easy to gain visibility if you're Black and you attack other Black people because, after all, there is a lot to attack. We do have a whole class of people that do some stupid things. But what she ended up doing was trying to carve out a space for herself and make herself the exception, being contrary. Okay? So when you look at it and follow it all the way up to Charlie Kirk and now her trying to dismantle his whole entire legacy, there's something almost tragic, almost predictable about watching Candace Owens slip further into it. And the way a contrarian trap works is like this: a person builds their entire identity, platform, and sense of power on being the one who disagrees. They're always the one in opposition. It looks bold at first, and I'm sure that because there was this whole code within a lot of Black Americans in which you're not supposed to get in the public eye and defame or disparage other Black people. For her to have done that in 2016 and speaking out against Obama and yada, 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 seemed bold. It looked courageous. It made her look like an independent thinker, and it looked like courage. But eventually, this is the only thing she knows how to do. This is what she knows. It's almost like a person who is trained. We'll take myself, for example. I am a cardiovascular sonographer. This is how I've earned money for 30 years. I look at disease ridden hearts. I'm in patient care. So if I move to another place or I had to move to another country or move to another state, that is the work that I would do because that is what I know. That is what I know, and that is the best, the easiest, and the most lucrative way that I can make money. Candace knows that the only way, the most lucrative way to make money, to garner recognition, to be quote unquote seen, is to disagree. It's the only thing she knows. And although it may come across as being a defender of truth and defending her brand, I hate that label. I hate when people refer to themselves as being a brand. It's as if you have just fallen victim to capitalism at this point. You're not using it and exploiting the system for your own gain, but now you are exploiting yourself by calling yourself a brand. I hate that, but that's neither here nor there. What we're witnessing now is Candace being trapped in being disagreeable, making enemies. She has gone through countless media circles and people who hoisted her up to more and more visibility, only to turn on them too. And sadly, you still have people like Ryan Mata who are willing to support her, regardless of what she does. You know, so she I don't think she realizes now that with all of her disagreements going back and forth and, constantly attacking the people that were once her friends, I don't think she realizes that she's become the archetype of the angry Black woman, the disagreeable Black woman that she attacked and weaponized way back in the day to make herself visible in the first place. She secured her whole entire platform by agreeing with the red pill manosphere, attacking Black women, painting them as bitter, combative, ungrateful, and delusional. And it won her applause from white people, from the conservatives, from Black males. And then she made herself, made friends with Kanye, you know? And she just, the way she framed Black women, she became the same way in a sense because now she just looks combative. She's constantly picking fights with the Macrones, lying, making up things, as claiming that they're after her and wanting to assassinate her. It almost sounds like the whole fake racism of Jussie Smollett, you know? But she doesn't realize it. She's grown into the same caricature she used to condemn. That same exact bitterness, the same combativeness, public combativeness, not just being combative in private with her husband or something like that. She is cantankerous, and she does it in public, no different than the young women that we see on the videos, the viral videos about people crashing out in McDonald's. She's the same thing. And she still holds that same impulse to be disagreeable, even when it makes no sense. That same yearning for the validation for an audience, that same yearning to be seen. And that's why a lot of people just have fell out, fallen out of favor with other people because it's progressed to the point where it's right. You can see it. You can smell it. You can notice it a mile away. Some people don't. Some people are still holding out and thinking, well, maybe what she's saying is true because she is a truth teller. She speaks truth to power. She's not speaking truth to power. She's making enemies. And that's all she's doing. And the only way she knows to build relevance is to attack other people and find a new target, you know? So, although she thinks she's being persecuted, it's delusional. What she's experiencing is the natural end of the path that she chose. No one like Candace can sustain loyalty. No one like Candace can sustain community. No one like Candace can sustain truth because she's a contrarian. Contrarianism feels like independence until you realize that it's dependence. It's dependence, dependence on validation, dependence on being seen, dependence on needing approval. So she needs opposition. So she'll never seek any kind of affirmation of who she is. She only looks for the static. She wants to smoke. So instead of rising on the merit that she initially created, she created this illusion that she was meritorious, that she was intelligent, that she was articulate, that she really had something to say. And she started out by saying, "Oh, I'm going to run for the Senate, or I'm going to run for public office, or I'm going to run for president in 2024." She started out like this, and she sort of jackknifed off of the senatorial congressional hearings about racism, the rise of the alt right, and later on, she had some words on reparations. She was invited to that go see, and she made herself look as if she was informed when all she was doing was being a contrarian, disagreeing with it just for the sake of disagreeing. She really didn't have anything to say. There was no intelligence. She was just a polished, empty suit. And this is all she's going to continue being because she can't sustain, she can't rise any further from where she is on merit or on intelligence, on valid arguments. She can't rise anymore. The days of fixing him a sandwich are over. She's a housewife. At least she should be a housewife. I don't see how she spends any time with her children, who she's now allegedly homeschooling, or any time with her husband, with all of the fights that she's having in the public eye. When does she find time? So the whole days of fixing him a sandwich and attacking black people and now she attacked Protestants and she attacked the Jews. Oh, she's worn the Jews out. Attacking the Jews. I guess later on she'll start a beef with the Muslims. I think that's next. That's the only other way she knows. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. We've had enough of talking about Candace. Let me know what you think. Ciao, ciao.